Imagine discovering that one of the most ordinary things you do in your kitchen every week, something you do because you are trying to save money, avoid waste, and be practical, may be quietly putting extra stress on one of the most important organs in your body. I am talking about reheating leftovers. It sounds harmless. It sounds normal. It sounds like something every family does. You cook dinner, you save what is left, you put it in the refrigerator, and the next day you heat it again. But here's the question most people never ask. What happens inside certain foods when heat touches them a second time? And more importantly, what happens inside your body when you keep eating those foods again and again, especially after the age of 60? My name is Dr. Nathon Fox, and today I want to talk about 5 reheated foods that many older adults eat without worry, even though reheating them the wrong way may increase exposure to compounds that can contribute to inflammation, oxidative stress, food safety problems, blood sugar strain, and unnecessary pressure on the pancreas over time. Now, before we begin, I want to be very clear. I am not saying that one reheated meal causes pancreatic cancer. Cancer does not work that way. Pancreatic cancer can be influenced by age, smoking, diabetes, obesity, chronic inflammation, family history, alcohol use, genetics, and many other factors. But what I am saying is this: the way you store, reheat, and eat certain foods can matter more as you get older. Because after 60, your body may not clear toxins as efficiently. Your immune system may not respond as quickly. Your blood sugar may be more sensitive. Your gut may become more reactive. And your pancreas may be forced to work harder than it did when you were younger. Your pancreas is not a loud organ. It does not always warn you early. It helps control blood sugar. It helps digestion. It releases enzymes. It works quietly every single day. But when this organ is placed under repeated stress from inflammation, poor food handling, oxidized oils, bacterial toxins, and blood sugar spikes, the damage may build silently. And that is what makes this topic so serious. Because at least 3 of these 5 foods may already be sitting in your refrigerator right now, waiting to be reheated tonight. So stay with me until the end, because the final food is one of the most common leftovers in the world, and many people reheat it in a way that may create 2 different problems at the same time. Before we start, write this in the comments. How many times did you reheat leftovers this week? Was it once? 3 times? Every day? Be honest, because by the end of this video, you may look at your microwave, your frying pan, and your refrigerator very differently. Let's begin with number 5. Number 5 is reheated fried food. I am talking about leftover fried chicken, French fries, fried fish, spring rolls, onion rings, fried potatoes, fried snacks, and anything that was cooked in oil the first time and then reheated again. Now think about what usually happens. You have crispy fries from last night. You have a few pieces of fried chicken. You have something crunchy that tasted good when it was fresh. The next day, it feels soft, soggy, and disappointing. So what do many people do? They put it in the microwave. Or even worse, they pour a little oil into a pan and fry it again to bring back the crispiness. That moment is where the problem begins. The danger is not only that fried food is high in calories, the deeper concern is what happens to cooking oil when it is heated, cooled, stored, and heated again. Many common cooking oils can break down when exposed to high heat, especially oils used for frying. When oil breaks down, it can form oxidized fats and reactive compounds that may increase oxidative stress in the body. Think of oxidative stress like tiny sparks flying inside your cells. One spark may not destroy a building, but if sparks keep landing every day, eventually something catches fire. Inside the body, repeated oxidative stress can irritate tissues, promote inflammation, and create cellular strain. And after 60, your body may not put out those sparks as quickly as it once did. This matters for the pancreas, because the pancreas is deeply involved in digestion, blood sugar control, and metabolic balance. When your body is dealing with repeated inflammation and oxidized fats, your pancreas may be pulled into that stress response again and again. Now here's the part many people miss. Fried food already contains oil from the first cooking. When you reheat it in oil again, you are not simply warming it. You are adding another layer of heat damage. The food absorbs more degraded oil. The surface becomes darker. The fats become more oxidized, and your body has to handle that chemical load. So the leftover fried chicken you refry for lunch is not the same food it was last night. It has gone through another chemical event. And if you do this once in a while, that is one thing. But if you reheat fried food several times a week, every week, year after year, that repeated pattern matters. Let me ask you something. How many times this week did you reheat something fried? French fries? Fried chicken? Fried fish? Fried potatoes? Fried snacks? Write the number in the comments, because this is one of the most common kitchen mistakes people make without realizing it. Now here is the safer rule. Never reheat fried food in oil. Not fresh oil, not the same oil, not just a little bit. If you are going to reheat fried food, use dry heat. Use an oven, toaster oven, or air fryer. Dry heat can help restore texture without adding another round of oil damage. Keep the heat moderate. Do not burn the food. Do not turn it dark brown. Do not let it smoke. And if the food is old, smells strange, feels slimy, or has been sitting in the refrigerator too long, throw it away. I know throwing away food feels wasteful, but protecting your pancreas, your gut, and your long-term health is more important than saving a few bites of leftover fried food. Now get ready, because number 4 may surprise you even more. Number 4 is reheated leafy greens. This includes spinach, kale, chard, beet greens, collard greens, and other cooked green vegetables. And I know what you may be thinking. Dr. Nathan, how can leafy greens be a problem? Aren't they healthy? Yes, leafy greens are healthy. Fresh greens are full of nutrients. They contain fiber, minerals, antioxidants, and plant compounds that support the body. But the issue here is not fresh greens. The issue is cooked greens that are stored and reheated again. Picture this. You cook a pan of spinach with garlic and olive oil. It looks healthy. It smells healthy. You feel good eating it. Then you put the leftovers in a container and place them in the refrigerator. The next day you take them out and microwave them. They look the same. They smell the same. They taste the same. So you assume nothing has changed. But food can change chemically, even when your eyes and nose cannot detect it. Leafy greens naturally contain nitrates. In fresh vegetables, these nitrates are usually not a problem. But when greens are cooked, stored, and reheated, especially if they are not cooled properly, bacteria and heat may influence changes in nitrogen compounds. Under certain conditions, nitrites and nitrosamine-related compounds may become a concern. Now, I am not saying that reheated spinach one time will cause cancer. That would be fear-mongering. But I am saying that repeated reheating, poor storage, and eating the same cooked greens again and again can become a habit worth correcting, especially after 60. Because as you age, your body may become more sensitive to inflammation, gut irritation, and chemical stress. And your pancreas is connected to this. Your pancreas does not sit alone inside your body. It communicates with your digestive system, your blood sugar system, your immune system, and your inflammatory pathways. When your gut is repeatedly irritated, your pancreas may feel the effect. This is why small kitchen habits matter. The problem is not spinach. The problem is reheating cooked spinach again and again. So ask yourself honestly, how many times this week did you cook greens and reheat them the next day? And how many times did you reheat the same container more than once? Write it in the comments. Many people do this innocently because no one ever warned them. Here is the safer way. Cook only what you plan to eat. If you have leftover cooked greens, cool them quickly and store them properly. Avoid reheating them multiple times. And here is a simple trick. Eat leftover cooked greens cold. Add cold spinach to a salad. Put cooked kale into a wrap. Mix greens into a grain bowl. Add lemon juice, olive oil, herbs, beans, or a few nuts. You still get the nutrients without adding another round of heat. If you absolutely need them warm, reheat them only once and eat them immediately. Do not heat, cool, and heat again. That pattern is where the risk grows. Now let's move to number 3, and this one looks so harmless that most people never suspect it. Number 3 is rice. Rice has no strong smell, no strong flavor, no obvious warning signs. It sits quietly in a container and looks completely safe. But reheated rice is one of the most misunderstood leftovers in the kitchen. Here is why. Raw rice can contain spores from a bacteria called Bacillus cereus. Cooking rice can kill active bacteria, but the spores may survive. Spores are like tiny survival capsules. They can sit quietly through heat and wait for the right conditions to grow. And one of the best conditions for them is cooked rice sitting at room temperature for too long. This is what happens in many homes. You cook a big pot of rice. You eat dinner. The pot sits on the stove. Maybe it stays there for 1 hour, maybe 2, maybe longer. Eventually, someone puts it into the refrigerator. The next day, you microwave a portion. Then the day after that, you microwave another portion. It still smells fine. It still looks fine. It still tastes fine. But if bacteria had time to grow before the rice was refrigerated, toxins may already have formed. And here is the part many people do not know. Reheating may kill some bacteria, but it may not destroy toxins that were already produced. That means the microwave can make the rice hot, but it cannot always make it safe if the rice was handled badly from the beginning. Now you may be wondering, what does this have to do with the pancreas? The answer is inflammation. Foodborne bacteria and toxins can irritate the gut. Sometimes this causes obvious food poisoning, but sometimes the effect may be milder: bloating, discomfort, loose stools, fatigue, or low-grade gut inflammation. And the gut and pancreas are closely connected. Your pancreas releases digestive enzymes into the gut. It responds to meals. It responds to blood sugar. It responds to inflammatory signals. When the gut is repeatedly stressed, the pancreas is not completely separate from that stress. So now I want you to think about your own refrigerator. How old is the rice inside it right now? 1 day? 3 days? A week? Write the honest number in the comments, because this answer may tell you more about your kitchen habits than you realize. Here is the safer way to handle rice. Cool it quickly. Do not leave cooked rice sitting in a deep pot for hours. Spread it into a shallow container so heat escapes faster. Refrigerate it as soon as possible, ideally within 1 hour. Eat it within 24 hours when you can. Reheat it only once. Make sure it is steaming hot all the way through. And never reheat rice. Eat part of it, put it back in the fridge, and reheat it again later. That is not a safe habit. Rice is not dangerous when handled correctly, but rice can become risky when it is cooled slowly, stored too long, and reheated repeatedly. Now let's talk about number 2. Number 2 is chicken reheated unevenly in the microwave. Chicken is one of the most common leftovers in the world. Roasted chicken, grilled chicken, baked chicken, chicken thighs, chicken breast, chicken curry, chicken pieces saved from dinner. Most families reheat chicken without thinking, but chicken needs caution because it is a protein-rich food where bacteria can become a serious problem if the food is not stored or reheated properly. The danger here is not simply reheating chicken. The danger is reheating chicken unevenly. Microwaves can heat food in an uneven way. One part of the chicken may be very hot, while another part remains only warm. These cooler areas are called cold spots. You cannot see them from the outside. You cannot always feel them by touching the surface. The outside may feel hot, while the inside may not be hot enough. And if bacteria are present, those cold spots can allow them to survive. Chicken is especially important because bacteria like Salmonella and Campylobacter can be associated with poultry. Proper cooking and proper reheating reduce risk, but careless reheating can leave dangerous areas inside the food. Now imagine this. You cooked chicken last night. Today you take it out of the fridge. You put a thick piece in the microwave for 2 minutes. The plate is hot. The outside is hot. You assume it is ready. But the center may still be lukewarm. That gap between hot outside and safe inside is where the danger lives. And after 60, foodborne illness can be more serious. Dehydration, weakness, fever, gut inflammation, and immune stress can affect older adults harder than younger people. Your pancreas may also be pulled into the larger inflammatory response. When the gut is under attack, the body reacts. That reaction does not stay in one place. So I want you to be honest. When you reheat chicken, do you check that it is hot all the way through? Or do you touch the outside and assume the inside is fine? Most people do the second one. Here is the safer way. Use the oven when possible. Place chicken in a covered dish so it stays moist. Heat it evenly until it is hot all the way through. If you must use a microwave, cut the chicken into smaller, even pieces first. Smaller pieces heat more evenly than one large, thick piece. Use medium power instead of maximum power. Stop halfway through and rearrange the pieces. After microwaving, let it rest covered for 1 or 2 minutes so the heat can spread. And if you can, use a food thermometer. Chicken should reach a safe internal temperature before eating. Another safe option is to eat properly cooked cold chicken in a salad, wrap, or bowl, as long as it was stored safely and has not been sitting too long. Cold chicken handled correctly may be safer than chicken reheated poorly. Remember this sentence. Hot on the outside does not mean safe in the center. Now we reach number 1. Number 1 is reheated potatoes. This includes roasted potatoes, baked potatoes, potato wedges, fried potatoes, leftover fries, and potatoes that are cooked once and then heated again at high temperature. Potatoes are one of the most common leftovers. They feel harmless. They are cheap, filling, and easy to save. But reheated potatoes can create 2 concerns at the same time. The first concern is high heat browning. When starchy foods like potatoes are cooked at high temperatures, especially when they are fried, roasted, baked, browned, or crisped, they can form a compound called acrylamide. Acrylamide forms naturally in some starchy foods during high-temperature cooking. The darker and crispier the potato becomes, the more concern there may be. Now think about what many people do with leftover potatoes. They take roasted potatoes from the refrigerator. They put them in a pan. They add oil. They fry them again until crispy. Or they put leftover fries into an air fryer and cook them until dark and crunchy. That second high heat exposure may increase the formation of unwanted browning byproducts. And if oil is added, now you are combining 2 problems: overheated starch and reheated oil. The second concern is blood sugar stress. When potatoes are cooked and cooled, some of the starch may become resistant starch. Resistant starch can be gentler on blood sugar and may support gut bacteria. But when potatoes are reheated aggressively, especially at high heat, they may become easier to digest quickly again, depending on preparation. And what organ has to respond to that blood sugar rise? Your pancreas. Your pancreas produces insulin. It helps move sugar out of the blood and into cells. But after 60, many people already deal with insulin resistance, prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, weight gain, fatty liver, or metabolic stress. If you keep eating large portions of reheated starchy foods, especially when fried or crisped in oil, your pancreas may be forced to work harder again and again. One meal is not the problem. The repeated pattern is the problem. 3 times a week, every week, for years. That is how small kitchen habits become long-term pressure. So ask yourself now, how many times this week did you reheat potatoes? Write the honest number in the comments. Here is the safer way. Do not refry cooked potatoes. Do not keep browning them again and again. Do not turn yesterday's roasted potatoes into today's fried potatoes. If you want to eat cooked potatoes safely, try them cold. Cold potato salad with olive oil, vinegar, herbs, onions, and vegetables can be a much better choice than refrying. If you need them warm, use gentle heat. Warm them lightly. Do not burn them. Do not over-crisp them. Do not add more oil. And if you have diabetes or blood sugar problems, be careful with portion size. Potatoes are not forbidden, but they must be handled wisely. Now we have covered all 5 foods: reheated fried foods, reheated leafy greens, reheated rice, microwave chicken with cold spots, and reheated potatoes. Now I want you to understand the bigger message. The real danger is not one food. The real danger is the habit of reheating without thinking, the habit of leaving food on the counter too long, the habit of reheating the same container again and again, the habit of adding fresh oil to cooked food, the habit of trusting the microwave without checking the center, the habit of assuming food is safe because it smells normal. After 60, those habits deserve more attention. Your pancreas has been working silently for you every day of your life. It helps you digest food. It helps regulate blood sugar. It supports your energy. It does not ask for attention. But when you expose your body to oxidized oils, poorly stored rice, repeated reheated greens, unevenly heated chicken, high-heat potatoes, blood sugar spikes, and gut inflammation, your pancreas may carry part of that burden. This does not mean you should fear every leftover. It means you should respect food safety. You should cool food quickly. You should store food properly. You should reheat only once. You should avoid reheating in oil. You should avoid burning or over-browning leftovers. You should check that protein foods are heated evenly. And you should throw food away when it has been sitting too long. I know that can feel difficult. Many of us were taught not to waste food. Many of us were raised to save every bite. Many people are trying to stretch groceries and save money. But saving leftovers should never mean gambling with your health. So tonight, I want you to do something simple. Open your refrigerator. Look at the leftovers inside. Ask 3 questions. How long has this been here? Was it cooled properly? Can I reheat it safely, or should I let it go? That one pause can change your kitchen habits, and better kitchen habits can support better digestion, better blood sugar control, lower inflammation, and a healthier pancreas over time. If you have been doing these things for years, do not panic. It is not too late. The body is not helpless. Better choices still matter. Inflammation can improve. Blood sugar can improve. Gut health can improve. Food habits can change. This video is not meant to scare you. It is meant to give you control. Fear makes people freeze. Knowledge helps people act. So remember these 5 rules. Fried food. Never reheated in oil. Leafy greens. Eat them cold or reheat only once. Rice. Cool it fast, refrigerate quickly, and do not keep it for days. Chicken. Heat it evenly all the way through, not just on the outside. Potatoes. Do not refry them, and do not over-brown them a second time. Small changes practiced consistently can protect your body more than you realize. And now, I want you to think of one person you love. Maybe your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your friend, your neighbor. Someone who reheats rice every day. Someone who refries potatoes. Someone who microwaves chicken and never checks the center. Share this video with them. Not later, today. Because many people are making these mistakes simply because nobody ever told them. Write in the comments, which food surprised you the most? Was it fried food? Spinach? Rice? Chicken? Or potatoes? And if you want simple, practical health guidance for adults over 60, subscribe to Dr. Nathon Fox. This is Dr. Nathon Fox. Take care of your body, protect your pancreas, and remember this. Sometimes the most powerful health changes begin in your own kitchen.